Hi, welcome back. In today's video, I have 4 Premiere Pro tools for you that are fully powered by AI. We are going to be exploring the remix tool, the scene detection tool, the auto tracking, and the auto frame sequence. The first tool we are going to check out is the remix tool. The last time I showed you this tool in Adobe Audition. Now Adobe has decided to incorporate this tool into Premiere Pro. And this tool is fully powered by AI. So the first thing we're going to do is change the workspace. We're going to go to the audio workspace. Then we're going to drag our music track to our timeline. And in this case, I am going to find the section of the track I want to use. Yeah, I think this might work. I'm going to trim the track to that section, which is the section I want. And I can right click, enable remix, or you can select the clip, go to the essential sound tab, make the clip a music clip, check the duration, and then make sure to be on remix. And then you are just gonna stretch the clip and see that little lines there that indicates that Premiere has stitched your music track. So see, there's 4 of them now. So Premiere's AI has added 4 new sections to the music track. Let's play that back to make sure that there's no glitches. And if it sounds good, there you go. You are now able to change the length of your tracks within Premiere using AI. The next tool is scene edit detection. This tool will help you find the cuts into a video that's already been rendered out into a single file. Sometimes you will need to revisit an edit to add extra footage or replace sections. Scene edit detection makes your life easier by automatically finding the cuts in your timeline. So we are going to select our timeline, look for the footage we want to find the cuts to. We're going to right click and find scene edit detection. I'm going to click on that. There's 3 options you can select here. We're just going to use the first one, but the second one would allow you to create clips or subclips, and then the last one creates markers for each cut point. We just want the tool to cut the video. So hit analyze. This takes a bit, so let's speed that up. And once it's done, Premiere Pro automatically finds the cuts in your clip. This is quite useful if you want to replace clips in a video that's already been rendered into a single file. If you want to add effects or transitions, this will allow you to find exactly where the camera cuts to a different angle. So quite simple tool, very, very powerful. The auto tracking tool. This tool is a bit underrated because most people will head over to After Effects to do this kind of work. But what if I told you that Premiere Pro's version of this tool is quite capable? Let's give it a try. So the first thing we're going to do is rename the lumetric color effect we have applied on our clip. We're going to name this one grade, and we are going to create a second lumetric color effect. And this one, we're going to rename it to skin. There's 2 ways doing it. You've seen both ways there. So we're going to select the lumetric color effect grade, and we are going to go and browse for our LUT. In this case, we're using the KINETIC 02 LUT from Gamut. Link in the video description. So I'm just going to put some saturation, some sharpness, and vibrance. You will grade your clip the way you would normally grade your clip. In this case, I just want it to be a bit more exaggerated to go with the theme of the girl in the arcade. So I'm going to add some saturation, maybe lower the contrast a little bit so it looks washed out. And once I'm happy with the initial grade, this kinetic look looks super cool. I'm going to go now and select my skin lumetri effect and make sure I'm in skin. And I'm now going to go and create an ellipse with the mask tool. I'm going to find a frame where her face is where I want it to be. I'm going to adjust my mask, adjust the feathering. Once I'm happy with that, I'm going to go and track forward. This is going to take a bit, so we'll speed that up. Once it's finished tracking, I'm just going to go make sure my mask is following, and this is working perfectly. So I'm going to now track backwards, and again I'm going to speed this process up because sometimes it can take a bit. Once my mask is finished tracking, I'm going to just play back, make sure the mask stays in her face or in the area I want it to be, and I'm quite happy with the results. This tool is super cool. Now we're going to go and grade the second lumetri color effect, which is going to affect her skin. I'm going to go into HSL secondary selection, select her skin tones. Basically that's what I'm trying to do here. Depending on your clip, you might need to experiment with these settings. So once you're happy with your selection, in this case I'm going to add more reds and oranges to her skin. Maybe I'm going to put a bit more exaggerated so you can see the difference. And I'm going to up the exposure because that was my main concern, that her face probably wasn't as exposed as I wanted to be. So we're going to play it back, and I'm absolutely happy with the results. Her face is properly exposed now, in my opinion. So now I'm going to show you what the effect is doing. So if we turn off the lumetri effect, we can see it's good clip, but once we turn it on and we can see her face just comes back, you can see there it's a very subtle effect, but it does miracles. So super cool tool to know how to use. And the last tool we're going to check out is the auto reframe sequence. Most of the time you'll be working on a project that's going to be uploaded to multiple platforms. Let's say your main edit is 16:9 aspect ratio for YouTube, but the client is planning to also use sections of the video on TikTok and Instagram. Those platforms have a 9:16 aspect ratio. So once our main edit is done, instead of us having to manually reframe every shot, we are going to let Premiere Pro animate it for us.
Let's go.
We are going to head over to the desired sequence and right click and choose auto reframe sequence. This will duplicate the sequence and add a suffix depending on the target aspect ratio we intend to reframe to. Depending on the movement you have in your sequence, you might need to change the motion tracking speed to fast or slow, but in this case we're going to leave it as default. Then you're going to click create and boom. Note that Premiere Pro adjusts the framing. All that's left now is to export the file and upload it to Instagram or TikTok.
Come on, you've got this. Stay with it. Come on, Megan. Keep pushing. Push yourself. Harder. Let's go. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. There you go. What's next?
There you go, the power of AI. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys learned something and you can incorporate any of the tools we explored today in your workflow. If you managed to stick around till the end, pat yourself in the back because you're awesome. And don't forget to get the video a like. See you next time.